Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Lawrence City Council. Today, Tuesday, August the 18th, 2026, 7:15 p.m. Pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Act of 2022, this meeting will be hybrid, allowing participation both in person in the City Council chamber and remotely. There are some people also that can get into the Zoom link that is being sent out. Also, Facebook, Lawrence City Council, and YouTube, Lawrence City Council. At this time, I would like to ask for the roll call.
Councilor Gonzalez,
Present.
Councilor Miguel,
Present.
Councilor Marmol,
Present.
Councilor Infante. Councilor Reyes is noted as absent. Councilor Del Rosario.
Present.
Councilor LaPlante. Council Vice President Levy.
Present.
Council President Rodriguez.
President.
I know he'll be joining us remotely. At this time, I'm going to note him as absent.
Okay, can we stand?
Your mic's off.
Present.
Perfect. Gotcha.
Thank you. Can we stand for a moment of silence, please? Okay, Council, the peace of the alliance, please. I plead with the of the United States of America and to the republic that we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, there is a motion, there is an agenda to
Oh, I'm sorry.
there is a minute to approve for 5/19/2026. May I hear a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Roll call, please.
Councilor LaPlante. Councilor Del Rosario.
Yes.
Councilor Reyes is noted as absent. Councilor Infante.
Yes.
Councilor Marmol.
Yes.
Councilor Miguel.
Yes.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Yes.
Council President.
Yes.
Council Vice President.
Yes. So, Council, we have some people in here for public participation. I would like to ask the member of the public wishing to address the City Council for public participation that they will have 2.5 minutes to do so. And at the 2 minutes mark, you will hear a bell, and from that point, you will hear a 30-second, you will have a more, 30 more seconds. At the 2.5 minutes mark, you will hear a second bell indicating that your time is done. Please address your comment to the City Council as a whole and not individually. Please state your name and address for the record. The first person on the agenda is Brenda Rossi, please.
Good evening, councilors. My name is Brenda Rossi, and I reside at 127 Chester Street. Those of you who know me know that I do not get up and speak unless I believe in something. I believe that this discussion regarding what is happening in our city should not be held in executive session, but rather out in the open in front of the people who elected you to your positions. We are all in this together, and together we need you to be above board with us. We are one Lawrence, not the north, not the south, but one. Thank you for considering this.
Thank you. We have the second person, Rich Rosso. Councilor.
Microphones, damn. Good evening, councilors. Rich Russell, cranky old man, 34 Cross Street. My moment of silence tonight is for Abbott Lawrence, a money-making industrialist who helped create Lawrence to make money. He died 171 years ago today in 1855 at the age of 66. Now we fast forward to today where some politicians are still in it for the money. I will keep this short and sweet. The public deserves to know what the city council thinks they can do about this situation. The city charter is written in plain English. There are no provisions that cover a situation that we are presently facing. A recall requires a minimum of about 7,400 valid signatures in a 30-day window, and we know that ain't gonna happen. If the council goes into a super secret executive session to figure out what they can do, let me give you an answer before you totally alienate the citizens of Lawrence. There ain't nothing you can do about it. If you go into your super secret executive session, the minutes of that meeting will probably be released about the time the mayor gets off of parole. So do yourself a favor and discuss the situation publicly before the citizens of Lawrence wonder whose side you are actually on. Years ago, Lawrence was built on Bardwell Falls and made a lot of people rich. And now it appears that that manner in which some people are getting rich nowadays will be the downfall of Lawrence. Lastly, when is the city going to follow MGL 121B sections 5 and 6 regarding citizen membership on the local redevelopment authority? As always, I thank you for the time.
Thank you. The next person online is Councilor LaPlante.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the council. As you know, every 2 weeks I come here and I mention the individuals who we're going to be honoring as part of the Lawrence Square project. This upcoming week, this Thursday, we'll be remembering and rededicating the sign for Phil Moore. Phil Moore was a World War II infantryman. He received the Bronze Star. He's lived to tell the tale, came back to Lawrence, and he worked at Cedar Crest, which you may or may not remember, but he was very active in veterans organizations and was very much a very strong veterans activist. And so we'll be remembering Phil Moore this coming Thursday. In 2 weeks, we're going to also be celebrating and rededicating Captain Jim Mulligan. This one is extra special to me because I had a chance to meet Jim Mulligan, and I know that my colleague from District D went down for the funeral a few years ago. His sign is at Salem and Everett, and if I forgot, Philip Moore is at Broadway and Concord. But Captain Mulligan, his claim to fame is that he served going from World War II all the way to Vietnam, and he was a POW for 7 years in Vietnam, where he stood in solitary confinement for some time. He was such a pain in the butt to his torturers that they moved him to a place called Alcatraz, not the Alcatraz in San Francisco, but Alcatraz, and there were only, I think, 11 guys that were there because they would not give anything up, and they couldn't break them, and he was tortured. So anyway, he's a Lawrence guy, an amazing, amazing man, an amazing story, and I'm very much looking forward to remembering him again a week from this Thursday at the intersection of Salem and Everett Street. And everybody, of course, is invited. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. The next person in line is Council Stephanie Infante.
Good evening, Councilor Stephanie Infante, 200 Common Street. I'm actually reading an email on behalf of a constituent that reached out to me requesting that I read this on her behalf, as I've done so in the past for other constituents. Dear Councilor Infante, I'm writing to you ahead of tomorrow's City Council meeting, as I am unable to attend and speak during public participation. As your constituent, I am asking you to work with the rest of the council to seek the resignation of Mayor DePena. The recent federal charges, combined with the state charges from earlier this year and multiple lawsuits against his administration, raise serious concerns about his ability to effectively govern Lawrence. The city deserves leadership dedicated to working for its residents rather than a focus on mounting court cases. Without assuming guilt, it is clear that these legal issues may cause a major distraction from running the city. You have my consent to mention this email at tomorrow's meeting if you deem it appropriate for any agenda items. Sincerely, Michelle Feeney. Thank you.
Thank you. So we had a couple of people through the computer. So Mr. Enrique? Yes.
Hi, Enrique Sanchez, Southbridge, Massachusetts. I'm really disappointed with what's going on in Lawrence. You know,
Please, can you state your name and address, please? Hello? Mr. Fabian, Mr. Enrique? Mr. Enrique, are you there? Huh?
He hung up by accident, maybe. He comes back. He said go to Fabian.
Okay. So the next person in the line is Fabian R.
All right. Good evening, Council President and members of the City Council. My name is Fabian Rojas, and I'm a resident at 50 Greenwood Street. I'm joining tonight because I understand that transparency and financial oversight are essential for good government. On today's agenda, document 35526 is asking for the City Council to authorize over $3 million from the Gas Columbia settlement for clean and efficient municipal energy projects. I'm not going to sit here tonight and say that we shouldn't be spending this money. All I'm asking, please, is for us residents to understand exactly what's being approved before the $3 million are being committed. Some of the questions are, what projects will receive this money? How much each and one of them will cost? How are they being selected? What savings or benefits are expected? And how will residents be able to see the results afterwards? Lawrence history reminds us that oversight really matters. In 2010, the Commonwealth enacted special financial stability legislation for our city. And in 2014, independent audit later identified a material weakness in budgetary control. That history is not about attacking anybody, it's not about criticizing, but it is a huge reminder that transparency should not happen before problems arise, not after. Tonight's agenda also includes fiscal 2025 city audit and a discussion regarding complaints and charges concerning a public officer. Whether we're talking about public money, public officials, the standard should always be the same. Accountability, transparency, public trusts. As a resident and for my community and my constituents, we're simply asking to understand how decisions are being made with the public resources. I respectfully ask each and one of you elected officials to please continue acting on behalf of the people of Lawrence. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fabian. If somebody would like to speak from, this is from Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom, please, can you put your hand up? That is Fabian. Council President Rodriguez, to everyone. Anyone else would like to speak? There is no, Council President, nobody is putting their hand up.
Just look in the chat real quick. We got him.
Yeah.
You can close public.
Okay, so public participation is closed at this moment. So the next item in the agenda is the communication from mayor, city official, and city attorney. So we're gonna go practically on executive section, and the agenda as opposed indicated that the council contemplating going into an executive session on document 35726. In order to do so, I need a motion to go into an executive section under the Mass General Law 630A, Section 21A5, to investigate charges of criminal misconduct. I would like to hear a motion on item 35726 for the executive section.
Madam Vice Chair, could you also give an explanation as to the reasoning behind, you have to give an explanation. She did?
I already did it.
So move for discussion.
Discussion.
Madam, through you, Madam Vice President Levy.
We need a second on the motion.
We need a second on the motion.
Second motion for discussion, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Council Marmo.
Discussion.
Council Mamo?
So we received a second?
Yes.
All those in favor?
No?
No?
It's for the
Discussion,
council.
okay. So through you, Madam Vice Chair, I feel like it's important to not just jump into executive session. I think we need to afford the public at least an opportunity to, if there is any discussions from my colleagues as well as myself, which I will state my thoughts regarding this item, that we are given the opportunity to have that discussion publicly, given the realms and the bounds that we could have these discussions before jumping into executive session to discuss on more delicate matters. I want to start off by saying that this item, I'm highly disappointed that we even have to have this discussion. I think a lot of us, and I'm including myself, I've worked really hard to show that Lawrence is more than what the stereotype is. I work really hard to showcase and highlight the positive things that are happening in this city. And when I see news media outlet, and I know that they're doing their job covering this item as important as it is, that I hope that you guys take a good look at this room that seems to be somewhat empty. It's empty. And I remember vividly how not that long ago when we had a former city councilor in a similar situation where she was charged. And I'm hearing a lot of, right now the conversation is allowing for due process. And I believe that. I believe in it and I respect it. And back then, I did not discuss the charges of that former counselor, allowing for due process to take place. And I haven't had any public communication or discussion regarding what's happening right now with our mayor, because I also believe in the due process that should be taking place. But I also feel the need to call out the hypocrisy that took place back then. There were so many people that filled this room, and it is the very people that I see that they're not here with us. And it's somewhat amusing, even though this situation is not amusing at all. It is amusing to me to see how some people could be so delusional. Where was that due process expectation for that counselor? And we're having this discussion and having those expectations for our mayor. That's something I really want to comprehend. I remember conversations surrounding having that city councilor resign. And I'm not seeing those conversations being had when it comes to our mayor. Not that that's something I'm requesting, but I want us to remember and keep the same energy that we had back then, to let us be fair and be consistent. And hopefully, I'm looking for clarity from our council president, from our vice chair, from our city attorney, to see what guidance could be afforded to us in order for our city to move in a positive direction. And I asked for the news outlets that just as much as you covering all the bad news that happens in Lawrence, all the bad news that happens in Lawrence, our transgressions, that you guys are here as well covering the positive things that happen in our city. Because there are amazing things that happen in our cities. There's students that are graduating and going to Ivy League school. There's murals being done. There's small businesses that are coming into our city. And I don't see the positive stuff being highlighted, yet we're quick to want to showcase and talk about the negative stuff, because apparently sensationalizing all the negative stuff that happens in Lawrence seems to be what runs social media. So that is all for now.
Any other council? Any other council that would like to? Council LaPlante?
Thank you. So this is going to be a motion to go into executive session. I'd like to just repeat one more time. Why are we going into executive session? What legal authority are we going to executive session? And have we got any legal guidance before going ahead and doing that?
Yes, to that question. So
Madam Clerk, can you?
the grounds would be under section 21A5, which is to investigate charges of criminal misconduct. There's another option that was a 21A1 that's not appropriate for this instance. That is, that's not appropriate for this instance because as a body, you don't have any, 21A1 would have included discussions regarding discipline and dismissal, which also relate to any kind of criminal charge, or, but you don't have the ability to dismiss or discipline the mayor. So as that would not be an appropriate route to look at, so we're looking at 21A5 instead of 21A1.
And whose opinion was given on this?
The city attorney?
City Attorney, Mr. Hooton?
Yeah, he's going to be joining us. He's actually had a few days off, which he hasn't had
I
off.
understand.
So he is going to join us remotely if and when you go into executive session, or if you need him sooner. He said he's on standby.
So 21A is the one that
21A
you,
is the whole statute.
but there was a clause in there, either said
5.
clause 5. Can you read clause 5? Do you have it?
I have some of it. It just is when you're investigating charges of criminal misconduct, that is A5.
Are we planning on investigating causes of criminal? Isn't that what the courts are doing? We're going to be investigating. That's what we're going to be talking about in executive session?
You're going to be
Isn't that,
investigating.
isn't that what the FBI is doing?
You're going to investigate the charges. You're not doing the investigation on the FBI. No, you're right. The FBI does something very different than what you're doing. You're just looking at the charges. You're just discussing the charges. You have an absolute right to discuss charges, and it's not appropriate to do it in public, as you could be discussing his character in that process, which would not be appropriate to do in public. You don't have to go into executive session. There's a motion on the table. You can just vote no.
No, I get that, but what I'm trying to do is honor the intent of what the executive session is. I'm trying to better understand why we should go. I mean, we should not go in executive session unless we really have to.
That's correct.
As others have mentioned, rightfully so, we should be conducting our business in the open. We should be talking about these things in the open. There are certain times that we shouldn't. When we're talking about somebody's personal reputation, for example,
Yeah.
we're talking about somebody's medical, for example, perhaps even for potential job searches, for example. There are certain times where we need to go in. I don't know quite yet if this rises to that, and I would like to ask the city attorney that, if he's available.
Let's get him on the phone. He was very willing to be piped in. Nope, he said he's on vacation. He said when we're ready for him, he'll jump on. So in fairness to him, no. Do you have any questions for anyone else, like the financial questions? CAFO is here. Any other issues that you want to talk about while we get him?
Are you talking about this issue?
Yeah.
Financial?
Do you not think it's financial?
No, I just,
Yeah.
my understanding is that this,
I think that she's
I
here to make
just-
sure that people understand we have certain checks and balances in place in the city with other
Sure.
funds, so people feel secure. She's ready to speak on that if you want to talk to her about that. You don't have,
I know, I have no problem with that. I think this is very encompassing, and I think it's important that we hear what the capital has to say, because these are public monies. We've all read the allegations, I don't need to say them. So we understand what the allegations are, but so I am curious to hear what the capital has to say regarding the public monies.
I think he,
No, the vote was for discussion on.
my understanding was that some people are not comfortable going into executive sessions. They want to have as much discussion out of it as they possibly can. Maybe I'm misreading the,
If there's no objections to that, can we listen to the capital? If somebody objects, I'm happy to withdraw my request, but if there's no objection, can we go ahead with this?
Madam Vice Chair, Madam
Okay,
Vice President.
Council President Rodriguez.
So the Madam Clerk, just clarify, the motion is to go into a second section, and it was open for discussion. So my question is it in order for us to discuss the item while we are still have the floor to go into a second section? Because this is not a motion to discuss. It's a motion to go into a second section. And if we have another motion that allow the discussion with the council, then that will be a relief in order. But I mean, right now, the motion is to go into a second section. And
so the motion is to go into the executive session, and the discussion became, do we really want to go into executive session? How much of the conversation can we have outside of executive session? There seems to be some appetite for staying outside of executive session as long as possible. So I think having discussion on the document is
it will be
appropriate.
in order to have a motion to discussion, for discussion?
There is a motion on the floor for discussion.
Yes. That is the motion at this point is for discussion.
So the motion was not to go into executive session?
The motion is to go into executive session. Now we're discussing whether they want to go in. That's what they're discussing.
Okay.
So, Council President, for your knowledge, we are calling right now the city attorney because Council LaPlante has some question. And from there, we have maybe to decide if we're gonna go into the executive session or.
So what I'm saying is, through you, Madam Vice President, by us allowing the clerk to go into the discussion, the council is not discussing whether or not we're going into a second section. We're discussing the item. And I have no issue discussing the item as far as we have the proper motion, which is basically to discuss the item in public. That's not a problem. So entertaining the council while we are discussing to go into a second section, that's kind of like, we're discussing the item perhaps.
Council Vice President.
Council.
Council Vice President.
Okay, Council Stephanie.
Thank you. I'm making a comment regarding the actual motion. My position on going into executive session, I don't believe that we should go into executive session. I believe that most of us know the allegations that were put forth by the media, and I believe, well, I'm only going to speak for myself, the same information that is out there is the same information that I have as a city councilor. I don't see any sensitive information needing to be discussed, but I'm only one of 9, and that's my my stance on executive session.
Council Vice Chair.
Can we call the roll?
Okay, yes, please.
I'm just going to call the roll for Councilor Reyes. Councilor Reyes?
Present.
Thank you.
Thank you. Council de Rosario.
Thank you, through you, and I also feel the same way as Council Infante. I believe that us discussing the charges, when we know the charges, it says investigating the charges, things they're out there. If not, you can get it from doj.org, and you have all the information. So why do we need to go into a executive session to talk among ourselves? If somebody has a sentiment and want to say something about it, that is something that you want to request, you can say it in the open. But discussing the charges, it's losing the time. Everybody knows what the charges are. Everybody knows what the mayor's going for. So I don't see, I mean, we got the rights to go in executive session, but I don't believe that we're going to discuss anything that everybody don't know already. I mean, again, if any of the councilors that are pushing for this have something to say it in public. You know, you want to call for resignation, say it in public. You want to call for a recall, say it in public. That's all the difference it's going to make on a executive session. You're going to talk your sentiment, what you feel, or how you wanted this to proceed. Just say it in public. But discussing the charges, everybody knows the charges, here and all over the world. So everybody's knows the charges. What are we going to discuss in an executive session that people already don't know? Thank you.
Madam Clerk,
Through Council President.
Madam Vice President Infante. Madam Clerk, can you read the item and that we are trying to go into executive session for?
The document number is 357-26. It's discussion regarding complaints or charges concerning a public officer, executive session anticipated. Is that what you want, Counselor?
Yes. The discussion, through you, Madam Vice President, the discussion in public or in inter-executive session, to me is the same. I have no problem staying in public discussing this matter.
Okay.
At the end of the day, there was a motion to go into executive session. It was second. I think it will be appropriate to go for a roll and then make sure that we have that on record, that if the council wants decide vote in favor or against it, we have that, and then we can move on with the discussion. That doesn't mean that the item is going to die as soon as we vote in favor or against the executive section. The discussion will continue in public.
Okay, so, Madam Clerk, when you call the roll call to go to an executive section or no?
Sure.
Please.
Counselor LaPlante,
To go into executive session? No.
Counselor Del Rosario,
No.
Counselor Reyes,
No.
Counselor Infante,
No.
Counselor Mamo,
No.
Counselor Miguel,
No.
Counselor Gonzalez,
No.
Council President, Council President,
No.
Council Vice President.
No.
So we are not going into executive session.
Madam Clerk, I'll have a motion.
Okay?
Madam
Motion to open this item for discussion.
Second.
There is a motion to open the item for discussion, already second. Discussion?
Madam Vice President Infante?
Levy.
Sorry. Madam Vice President Levy?
Council President.
The reason why, through you, Madam Vice President, first of all, I would like to apologize to everybody that is on the chambers, and because I wasn't able to attend. And the reason why I have this item on the agenda is because I think it is important as part of the local government for us to entertain a discussion regarding to what happened in the city of Lawrence. There is many factors that we should be potentially talking about, discussing in public, or perhaps as needed, potentially into executive session if it is needed. But the reason why is because we have to have this discussion at some point, one way or another. What happened in the city of Lawrence is an important situation that we as a council, as part of the government, as per the city charter, we should be aware. And if there is anything that happened that we should discuss that is not part of the public convenes, or it's not part of the public discussion, we should be, as a council, we should have that information. To me, I personally read the complaint that the person Brian Edepeña and his business have. That concerns me tremendously as a council president, due to the fact that even though those are personal matters, the city as a whole might be affected due to those charges that are against the person, Brian De Peña, and his business, that happened to be the mayor of the city of Lawrence at this point. As a councilor, as a council president, as a councilor for the last almost 11 years, and as a council president for the last almost 3 years now, I have been part of this administration, and I have concerns when it comes to many issues, and I have agreed and have voted in favor of other items presented in front of us, with the intent of always have the city of Lawrence as a main priority. And I always have preached that Lawrence should be on top of everybody's head, and Lawrence should be the main priority of everybody that is serving on a public office and everybody that is living in the city. So therefore, we can have a community that is a driven community and is very perseverant and very a community that everybody wanted to be. Essentially, when it comes to these type of situations, that affect the main goal of us as a public servant. The negative impact that this might have within our community is something that we shouldn't, even though we support the person, at some point people has been, publicly vocal about supporting Brian De Peña. It happened to be that his action when it comes to this situation on not necessarily on alleged matters, but in traceable matters, and perhaps traceable situation that traceable money that were transferred from one account to another account that at some point it has been traced, not necessarily proven a court to allowing him to not to go through the due process, but perhaps traceable amount of money that were transferred from his business account to his personal account. Seeing this as a situation that might be seen it as fine when there is a corporation laws in the state of Massachusetts that were not necessarily followed. And therefore, those transfers that were traceable from his account, his personal accounts, to accounts that were not related to his business, perhaps the campaign, perhaps other high long interest payments, and so far, so on, and how this affect the community in general. Those are discussions that we should be aware of, that we should be discussing as needed, and also we, as a member of this community, should be concerned that the mayor of the city have done those type of situations, because now the mayor is the authorized person that is dealing with the public funds that we pay as a taxpayer. And we have made decisions on as a councilor. Therefore, me personally, I'm definitely in favor of going through the due process. And I'm gonna respect that for Brian De Peña as a person. But we also need to discuss what are the repercussions and the impact that this type of situation might have for the city of Lawrence in general, and for our finance in general, for the services that we provide to the people. And by adding this item on the agenda is because I would like us to have an open conversation about our city of Lawrence, the city that we all love, because there's no doubt that we all love the city of Lawrence. But it's not also no doubt that if we as a city don't come together and put the city first, this situation might affect the city tremendously in the near future and then in the long term of the city of Lawrence. With that said, Madam Vice President Levy, thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Council President. We have also the city attorney, Tim Houghton. Can you hear? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hi. How are you? I can hear you, and I've heard the meeting so far. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wait, before we go to the city attorney, may I make a statement?
Okay. Can you hear us right now?
Yes, I've been listening.
Okay, so we hear you. Council Estefan Infante.
Thank you. Thank you. I know there are some legal questions, so I just want to make my statement, not regarding legal quickly, but Council Marble said some of the things that I had prepared for tonight. But I do want to say that as a city councilor, I've been contacted by multiple media outlets and individuals, family members, and I haven't made a statement. And for various reasons that I'm going to state after this. But I also want to say that this has been a situation for our community that none of us thought would happen. I know that morning when I found out, it was very unsettling, and it wasn't a good feeling. And I had many, many thoughts and emotions going through. But what I want to say is that my silence so far has first come from the information that the public has is the same information that the city council has had so far. Secondly, I do think about the DePena family, especially his smallest son, that I'm sure is hurting for his father, and no matter what, a family going through anything is horrible, especially when there are children involved. But lastly, I've been quiet because I, quite frankly, until now, I didn't have the words to address the hypocrisy that I've been seeing the last few days. When a former city council member faced serious allegations, community members and even city councilors were very quick to speak publicly. I was vice president of the council at the time, and I even received emails from colleagues requesting her resignation, myself and the council president. When the councilors spoke up, including myself, about due process and letting the process do its thing until we get an actual verdict, we were labeled accused as defending a quote-unquote criminal by the community and also colleagues. So now I have to ask, where is that same standard today? We cannot demand accountability when it's politically convenient and then suddenly call for patience and due process when it involves someone that individuals support. Due process applies to everyone, including our mayor, including the former city councilor, anyone that is up against a legal situation. But so does accountability. This is also simply not a private matter, as we're hearing throughout conversations in our community, for the simple fact that a portion of the allegations does involve campaign activity. And that warrants acknowledgement and transparency. As a legislative body of our amazing, beloved city of Lawrence, which Councilor Marmol mentioned earlier, there's more good things that happen in our community than bad. I'm sure that well, so far what we're hearing, I believe most of the councilors are on the same page about keeping Lawrence moving, keeping our community moving forward, and ensuring that our municipal government continues to function and serve the people that elected us and just serve the community as a whole. But I also have to say that we must remain consistent in how we respond to matters of this caliber, regardless of who that person may be facing the situation. And lastly, our responsibility is to continue doing the work of the people, as I just mentioned, while holding ourselves, because I'm also including myself in this, accountable, and holding ourselves to the same standards as we expected in previous situations. Thank you, Madam Vice President.
Thank you, Councilor Infante. Any other person that would like to speak on this item? Council Marmon?
Through you, Vice President, I think that the item at hand honestly holds no weight if we're not hearing from the city attorney. I was looking forward to addressing this item mainly because out of all the items on our agenda, we desperately need his input, his legal input, to guide us in this situation. So I'm glad he was able to join us, because without him joining us, I feel like this is a dog and pony show, that we're just having these conversations and there is no follow-up to it. So I just want clarity, and I want to hear from the city attorney to let us know where we stand and how to move forward.
Attorney Houghton?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to agree with some of the councilors that have spoken, but I just want to be very specific. I think your job as a city council is to protect the city of Lawrence. I think that from what we've heard so far, that there has been no allegations of misuse of Lawrence city funds or funds coming into the city. I think the job of the city council at this point is to assure the public that they are going to keep their eye open, work with the capo, and make sure none of this affects the funds and things that are happening in the city of Lawrence, that the city of Lawrence is still operating, still doing its job, and that the councilors are going to ensure that. I think that's what people are, again, as you say, nobody is convicted of anything right now. We can't use that thing, but your job, regardless of what's been argued or whatever, is to protect the city of Lawrence. And I think your job now is to tell the citizens, yes, we are going to be on top of that. You're going to work with the capo, you're going to work with the mayor's office, and ensure that all things are running right and all monies are handled properly. I think that's the position the council should be taking at this point.
Thank you. Any other council that would like to speak? Councilor LaPlante?
It's a great segue. So with that, we almost had the capo speak, but now it's the time just to kind of reiterate what the city attorney said, so we can hear firsthand what kind of public impact this is having on public dollars and the impact that it's having on the city financially. Capo.
Good evening, councilors. Ramona Ceballos, CAFO.
Good evening.
I will only be speaking on behalf of the finances of the city. I want to assure the council and our residents of the city of Lawrence that the financial operations remain in place and will continue to be handled carefully, responsibly, and in accordance with all applicable policies and Mass General laws. Our internal controls are strong and remain a top priority. Financial transactions are subject to proper authorization, documentation, review, reconciliation, and oversight. We will continue to monitor and maintain these controls to protect public funds and ensure the accuracy and integrity of the city's financial records. The city's financial operations are based on established policies and procedures and do not depend on any one individual. Our finance staff will continue to follow these procedures and can provide the council with timely reports and financial information as requested. We take our responsibility to protect taxpayers' dollars very seriously. We will remain transparent, accountable, and committed to strong financial controls and the highest standards of financial integrity.
I have a follow-up question. Specifically, the allegations deal with COVID monies, and the allegations are improper access and spending. Those are the allegations. Was the council at all involved in the money going through the council? City involved at all with respect to those kinds of the PPP and the other COVID monies?
The city was not involved at all. This is personal between business and the COVID transactions that they had. The city was not part of any of that money.
And so that was between, not the city, but between the the federal agency that administered the funds and the applicants, of which we were not a part of that. Is that the understanding?
That is correct.
Great, thank you.
Okay, any other council that would like to, any other question regarding the finance situation? Any other one that would like to talk? No? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Good question to the council, through you, Council Vice President.
Council President? That's the-
Council, can you give me a general statement as of how potentially this might, if there is any potential potential of the city being affected in the future because of what happened in the, in general?
As I clarified with Councilor LaPlante, this is a transaction between a business and the financial assistance that was provided by the federal government through COVID assistance. The city was not involved and has nothing to do with it.
All right, no problem, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was going to I'm not sure, will this automatically go away after we finish, or does it need a motion? It would just go away? Right, thanks.
Madam Clerk?
Council President?
No, I just want to hear the Madam Clerk about the question. I wasn't able to hear.
No, there was no any question, so that we don't have to, there is no more motion to decide it at this. Madam Clerk?
I'm not sure.
Okay, Council President, do you want to propose anything else?
At this point, I will ask for a motion to table.
So there is a motion to table, the item 35726. So there is a motion to
So
table.
second, there's a motion, I'm properly seconding it then.
So there is a motion for item 35726. Did you second?
I seconded it, yeah.
Okay. Second by Councilor Vivian Marmore. There is no discussion and a motion to table. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Can we just open the discussion? Again, I do have a question. Motion to.
I will drop my motion to table.
Okay, there is a motion to on table, item 35726.
No, Madam, no, motion to
He's
withdraw
withdrawing his motion to.
I withdraw my motion to table.
Okay.
To open
Then
a
you can do the
discussion for Councilor
discussion,
Rosa, for Councilor Gonzalez.
So,
Gonzalez.
Councilor LaPlante had asked the question if this would just go away. But now we have a motion to table. I just want to understand why.
Typically, anything in the correspondence section, communication section, is put there specifically so we can discuss it on the night it's introduced, but it doesn't require action, so it doesn't need to go to committee, so it's kind of a nice place that you can
Oh,
talk
I
about
guess
something
I
that's in, like-
misunderstood what,
Yeah,
okay.
so I
now
think what he was
understand.
saying is exactly what you're.
Yes, that's, okay, I
You're saying the
misunderstood what
same-
he was saying, okay.
He was saying, why are we tabling it?
Yeah,
Because
okay.
normally we don't table from communications,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
can, it's not normal.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so motion to table then again.
There is a
Second.
motion to table, already second by Council President. There is no discussion for a motion that is tabled.
Council Gonzalez. Council
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Council Miguel.
Yes.
Council Marmal.
Yes.
Council Infante.
Yes.
Council Reyes.
Yes.
Council Del Rosario.
Yes.
Council LaPlante.
No.
Council Council President. On the motion to table.
Yes.
Council Vice President.
Yes,
Motion carries.
so motion carry. Thank you. All right, so. Okay, so we have a couple, so committee report, so Budget and Finance Committee. Madam Chair of the Budget and Finance Committee, item 3/19/26.
Item 319-26 FY 2027 Budget Amendment Request, Restoration of Data Entry Clerk was sent up as a unfavorable recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion.
Can I hear a second?
Second.
Second for discussion, through you, Madam Vice President Levy.
The motion is already second, discussion. Council
So
President?
just to clarify, the motion, this is for deny.
Motion to
So
deny.
another word, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other council that would like to discuss the item?
I would. I would.
Council LaPlante?
So the purpose of getting this as an unfavorable is that it would still be in the committee right now, and that was the only motion that could get it to the full council. So I thought the full council was the place where we could actually have a discussion about this matter. It's more complicated than I'm going to be able to describe here in a brief moment. However, having said that, I would suggest that this is something that we probably should adopt, we should pass. With the way that we got here, we can cast aspersions, we can say it was fumbled, and I think the administration admits to fumbling that, at least during the committee process. But having said that, there really is no good option on this, and the best option out of the bad options that I mentioned at the full council, at the committee level, was to actually, we probably need to get this thing passed. So I just want to make sure, as a parliamentarian, if we vote no on the motion as an unfavorable, does that still stay there as a matter? Have we disposed of it, or does it stay as there's no final action? That's my question.
The question was
If the vote, this is a motion,
to deny.
motion was unfavorable, I believe. Unfavorable
Normally we
unfavorable
send it as a motion
recommendation.
to withdraw, but she sent it as a motion to deny, which is
Let me
fine.
look at it again. What number is this?
3/19/26.
It's when a
I
favor,
recall very distinctly that the motion was sent up with an unfavorable recommendation out of the committee.
Right. So an unfavorable recommendation is one to deny. You either approve it or you deny it. Normally, when we send up unfavorable, it would be to withdraw. It's a little different.
Madam Vice President.
What's your motion? You made the
So,
motion.
yeah,
Councilor
point of
Infante.
clarification. So There's a part, so the part that Councilor LaPlante is speaking of, that's not incorrect. I believe that was the sentiment of that counselor, but there was there was 3 of us present, 2 other counselors that do not agree with amending the FY27 budget. And therefore, that was when 2 other motions denied. The 2 counselors at the time, myself and Councilor Marmol, did not agree with amending, and 2-1, the unfavorable motion passed. But for the majority, it wasn't because, for the full council discussion. I mean, obviously, there's still a discussion pending. But during that time in the discussion, I believe Councilor Marmol and I made our stance clear that we were not in favor of this.
So
At that time, I don't know.
right now,
what-
your motion before the body is to approve, to deny, to withdraw?
To deny.
Okay,
When
so-
when we make a favorable recommendation, that's always a motion to approve.
Right.
So I'm trying to understand, why is there a discussion when there's an unfavorable motion, when the opposite of favorable to approve is the opposite?
That is like a
is the-
deny.
So that's fine. So your motion that you've made for this
Yes,
body
is to deny.
is a motion to deny. That's the motion that's before
Is
the
that the
body.
motion? That was not what came out of the committee, but is that the motion right now before us, motion to
That,
deny?
the motion before the body right
That-
now is a
different
motion to
than what the
deny.
committee motion was, but right now, this is a motion to deny.
No,
Just so
but-
we're
yeah.
clear.
The
Just so we're
motion was
clear. It's
unfavorable.
written right on the piece of paper accurately. That was the motion, just so we're clear.
So what normally would come out of a committee recommendation is a favorable recommendation, and that implies a motion to approve. It doesn't say to approve, it says
Understood.
favorable.
Understood.
So her point is simply, where it says unfavorable, the implication then is the opposite of favorable, so approve is the opposite is to deny. So
It
that's
makes
the
it a
motion.
lot cleaner. I'll be very candid with everyone here that motion to deny makes it a lot, it's cut and dry. Now I get it, right? So if the motion fails to deny, does that mean it's approved?
It does not. It means you take another motion.
Got it.
Yeah.
So just want to make sure we're all set on where this is going. Okay. Can I ask Mr. Spanner to speak?
That's what I was asking, so we have Mr. Spanner over here.
Yes, good evening,
good
Vice President Levy. Octavian Spanner, Senior Advisor to the Mayor. Good evening, councilors. If I may, I would like to request this item to be tabled. And I think when we had the discussion at the Personnel, was it Personnel Committee?
Budget.
Budget and Finance Committee. I believe that we can run into legal issues. And I would like the opinion of our city solicitor, our city attorney, to provide you with, and the mayor council in regards to this. Because if let's say if you vote in favor or against, there's implications on both sides. So, Vice President, I would encourage you to entertain a motion to table this matter until we get.
Motion to table item 319-26.
Second.
Wait, no, before we table, let's keep the discussion open, please.
Okay,
And
so,
then-
Jesus Christ.
We're going to table it anyway, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but before tabling,
The
it seems like
the reason was very clear. The legal implications, you can,
Council President, according to Mr. Spanner, so there are some legal
Yes,
implications.
I mean-
Okay,
I understand there is legal implication either or. What are the legal implications? We're not at a first grade
Well-
level here. Well, let's talk about it
There's a motion
in public so people know.
table, there's no discussion.
What are the
I
legal
withdraw my
implications?
no,
motion.
Council
I
President, there
withdraw
is
my
no
motion.
discussion and a motion to table.
I withdraw it.
You're gonna withdraw the,
Yeah.
okay, all right. So, discussion,
So, through you, Madam Vice President Levy.
Council President,
So we received information of the mayor advisor that we're gonna have legal implications on either or. So just looking at the finance, city finance, and what we're doing here, we're doing an amendment to the fiscal year 2026 budget, 2027 budget. And this is on relationship to this specific position. If the council decide to approve the transfer, what we are doing, we're transferring the funds from the DPW back to the mayor's office because there is potential situations with the unions. If we approve the transfer from the mayor's, from the DPW, to the mayor's office, what happened thereafter is that it's gonna stay just like it was 2 years ago that we have that position here at the mayor's office. So that's the reality of what we're dealing with right now. The legal implications are there. Why? Because now the union is involved because we transfer funds for a position that was non-union. And it went to DPW. If the city council decide to cut the budget of a specific amount of dollars for a position that now is going to be on the mayor's office, that money is not going to longer be there available. That's what we're doing. We're amending the budget, fiscal year 2027 budget. So, therefore, if there is any legal implication that somebody's suing the city, hey, let's talk about it. Because we can definitely talk about, oh, we're going to get sued. Yes, we might get sued on anything. But this is how we perform business. We're not scared of being sued just because somebody's going to sue us. This is not how we do business. What are the legal implications? We're not first grader here that we're going to get scared of, oh, table, just because. No, that's not how we work. We're transferring back the money to the mayor's office, and the city council is denying it. If we cut the funds, just like, we amending the budget, we can definitely present the cut to that specific budget of that specific amount, no matter where's the department. If the department DPW, the council cut the budget for that. If the department is at the mayor's office and the council decide to, if the fund is it's get transferred to the mayor's office and the city council decide to cut the funds at the same time, it is what we got presented in front of us. An amendment to the budget fiscal year 2027. What are the legal implications? That we're gonna get sued?
Let him answer.
Why?
Through you, Vice Chair, we need legal advice. I mean, Tim is not, he's on vacation. I would rather get we were not able to have this conversation with Tim. But I believe that we do need our city attorney to answer the question. This is not, let's say, an emergency. We could do it and bring it forward, bring it before you again as an item, but with legal opinion on the matter. And it's just requesting you to table the matter until we get an answer from the attorney, which I think is proper, and then come before you, and then you take a vote.
Okay, so through you, Madam Chair, Madam Vice President, Madam Vice President Levy. So now it's not about legal implication. It is a legal advice. The concept have changed because we're not talking about legal implications. This could be due to the fact that the Budget and Finance Committee discussed this item, and it was crystal clear in public that the Budget and Finance denied the petition, that we potentially have legal implications. Now it's not legal implications all of a sudden. We need a legal advice. It is completely different than legal implications. Because the legal advice could be, yes, you can do that, no, you can do that, based on this law that we might violate. And legal implications is gonna be a consequence of our action that potentially it's already happening because it was an affirmation, not an opinion. So there is no legal implications as far as we know. And yes, potentially it will be beneficial for the discussion to have a legal opinion. That's what we're hearing.
Okay. So we can table
I mean,
the
I can be
item.
that clear. Madam Vice President, I can be clear. So I would leave it to your discretion as a body to make
So-
that decision.
Councilor, can I hear a motion on this item to table?
Motion to table item 31926.
Second. There is no discussion on item to table. All those in favor, Madam Clerk? It's already second.
Councilor Plant.
Oh, yes.
Councilor Del Rosario is noted as absent momentarily. Councilor Reyes.
Yes.
Councilor Infante.
Yes.
Councilor Mama.
Yes.
Councilor Miguel.
Yes.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilor President. The table.
Council President?
Present.
Okay. And Council Vice President.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
So motion already carried for item 31926. Item 32026, Madam
Item
Chair of the
three.
Budget and Finance.
Item 320-26, IAFF Local 146, Lawrence Firefighters Union Collective Bargaining Agreement, a transfer of $600,000 from prior year salary reserve to fire department various salary accounts was sent up as a favorable recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion.
Second. So motion was already made and second by Council Marmo. All those in favor? Discussion? Any discussion for item 32026? So, Madam Clerk?
Councilor Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilor Miguel.
Yes.
Councilor Mama.
Yes.
Councilor Infante.
Yes.
Councilor Reyes.
Yes.
Councilor Del Rosario is noted as momentarily absent. Councilor LaPointe.
Yes.
Council President.
Yes.
Council Vice President.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Councilors, before we continue, I'm gonna recuse myself. I appreciate all of you for your time. So at this time, I'm gonna be leaving the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Council President. Okay, so,
Last one.
yeah.
Item
Council
three,
Madam Chair,
item
from-
344-26, authorization to expend $10,000 from project number 19,580, established pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 22G, for the co-sponsorship of the 14th Annual Lawrence City Theater Festival and related ADA Commission obligations, was sent up as a committee report pending documentations, and I make that as a formal motion.
Second.
Motion already made and second, discussion.
Discussion, real quick.
Councilor.
I just want to call everybody's attention that I'm going to vote yes on the table in it for a second, but there is a city attorney's opinion that's been provided to us, just so we're aware of that when the conversation goes to the next round. That's it. Thank you.
Councilor, any other discussion on the item? There is no more discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Madam Clerk?
So, Council, your motion.
This is a motion to approve the committee report.
That's
Okay. I apologize. Who
So-
seconded that?
It's as a committee report.
Who seconded it?
Oh,
I second.
Vivian second.
Okay, thank you, I apologize. I just was trying to find the memo from the attorney and I missed that piece.
And then Councilor LaPlante mentioned attorneys.
Is there a motion at this
So
point?
motion to
Now, ahora,
Motion is
motion
to approve the committee report.
We just voted on that?
Yes.
We just voted.
The
So
unanimous
is our
vote.
motion now?
a motion to approve now.
Motion to approve.
Second. So motion to approve already second. Are you going to, Madam Clerk, are you gonna read the city attorney?
I can if you, it's 3 pages if you really want me to. Can I just read you the last sentence? How does that sound?
Discussion.
Can I just
Okay,
read it?
discussion.
Madam Clerk.
Okay.
The last sentence just reads, for the above stated reasons, it's recommended that the city council members not approve the item as presented and take action it may deem necessary that may further be in the best interest of those intended to benefit from the actions of the Lawrence Commission on Disabilities in relation to the implementation of Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 22G, expenditures. Mass General Law, Chapter 22G, expenditures have to be solely for the benefit of persons with disabilities. So I think the attorney was saying that you could give the money to the commission, but he wants to do it to sponsor a theater event that is not solely for the benefit of people with disabilities. So I think you're saying maybe you want to amend it to allow them, part of his was $2,500 to cover their events, their own events. Maybe do the whole 10,000 to them to do their own events. But the attorney's saying no. The attorney's arguing that several portions of this don't meet the criteria.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna make a comment on this regard. I got a phone call from
You had to pass the gavel.
the next
The
person.
next.
Es
Usually do
Council
some-
LaPlante.
Take one down, pass it around.
Councilor Levy, Vice Chair Levy.
Thank you, Council LaPlante. I already received a phone call 2 days ago from Richard Rodriguez. And he already mentioned that the city attorney did not approve the transfer or the spend of the $10,000. But, you know, that was in the hands of the member of the city council to decide whether or not to approve it or to decide to use the money to support the project 19580. That is my comment on this regard.
Councilor Platt.
Councilor Infante.
Thank you. Mr. Chair. I don't know. How do you?
Mark.
Thank you.
Distinguished Councilor from District F.
Through your chair. So the city attorney's correspondence stated that this is supposed to be for the benefit of individuals with disability or that fall under the ADA compliance statute. And I had the pleasure of attending the initiation of this event with my fellow at-large colleagues, and I saw nothing but support and involvement with members of our community that have disabilities, and it was a beautiful moment. And we also had other individuals that may have not been part of the actual programming, but that they were there, and their faces, their excitements, the hugs, the laughter, just seeing someone that looks like them do something so amazing for the community. I can only imagine how the actual plays are going to be. I haven't had the opportunity to go. I know they started this weekend, but I do see a benefit to the community, and I believe that it is in line, and for that, because I've seen it with my own eyes, I will be in favor of this.
That's all.
Any other councilors? Seeing other councilors, I'll call the question. All in favor?
Okay, no, I'm just supporting what Council Stephanie is saying, Councilor Plan, through you.
Sure.
Regarding, so we were in there, and we were very happy also to see how these people interact and with the public, not just only with the public, but with everybody that was there. So you can feel like the heat and the emotion on every single people with disability that were part. Well, some of you were also there, and we are in support of this.
Any other counselors? See none, I'll call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Roll call vote, please.
Council Del Rosario, is that you?
Your mic is off.
Yes.
Council Del Rosario, thank you.
Yes.
Councilor Reyes?
Yes.
Councilor Infante?
Yes.
Councilor Vice President?
Yes.
Councilor Mamo?
Yes.
Councilor Miguel?
Yes.
Councilor Gonzalez?
Yes.
Councilor LaPlante?
No. Motion carries.
Thank you, Councilor Plan. Council, we're gonna go to the public hearing. So we have item 4926, is the creation of a security assistant position at the police department. Madam Chair.
Yep. One second, Chief. I gotta read this. Document number 49-26, notice is hereby given that the Lawrence City Council will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, August 18th at 7 p.m. in the City Council Chambers, 200 Common Street, Lawrence, Mass. Pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023 and in accordance with the recently revised City Council Rule 2, this meeting will be hybrid, allowing participation both in person and remotely to accommodate participants with health considerations that prevent them from participating in person. To receive access codes for remote participation, please contact the city clerk at eileen.bernal@cityoflawrence.com or 978-620-3230, or view the meeting on Facebook and YouTube. The purpose of the hearing is to gather testimony, information, and public input concerning the proposed amendments to the revised ordinances of the City of Lawrence to be further amended by adding the following subparagraph to Section 2.56.115 of the Municipal Code, Executive Assistant of the Chief of Police. A, position established. The position established, there is hereby established within the Police Department of the City of Lawrence the position of Executive Assistant to the Chief of Police. This position shall be a full-time benefit exempt FLSA position with the city's classification and compensation plan. B, appointment. The Executive Assistant to the Chief of Police shall be appointed by the mayor upon the recommendation of the police chief. The appointment shall be made in accordance with the city charter and the city's personnel policies and procedures. B, powers and duties generally. The executive assistant to the chief of police shall perform such duties and responsibilities as are assigned by the police chief, which shall include but not be limited to those set forth in the approved job description on file with the personnel department in the offices of the city clerk. C, appropriation. The funds for this position of the executive assistant to the chief of police shall be appropriated by the city council through the annual budget process. No individual shall be appointed to this position prior to the council's appropriation of funds sufficient to cover all costs associated therewith, including salary, benefits, and other related administrative expenses. D, qualifications. The minimum qualifications for this position shall be established in the job description approved by the city council and maintained on file in the personnel department. Qualifications shall include a minimum: 1, graduation from high school or vocational school, or in possession of a GED or equivalent, or associate's or bachelor's degree in a business administration, public administration, criminal justice, or related field. 2, must successfully pass a comprehensive background check, including criminal offenders record information, query check, and fingerprinting due to the handling of highly sensitive and confidential department records. 3, proficiency in standard computer systems and software, including Microsoft Office suites, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Adobe, Acrobat, and relevant records management or database systems. Familiarity with municipal finance or payroll systems is preferred. E, salary and benefits. The position of the executive assistant to the chief of police shall be compensated at the grade E, $54,600 to $87,360 per the city's classification and compensation plan, and shall be entitled to receive all benefits provided to employees as regularly employed in the administrative services of the city. To the extent that there exists any ordinances to the contrary, they are hereby repealed in that respect only. Persons wishing to be heard shall be afforded the opportunity.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So,
Any members of the public?
we have, yes, any
Motion
member
to
of the
approve.
public that would like to make a comment. So, and we had in here in front of us the Chief of Police, Mr. Mauricio Aguilar.
Yes, good evening to members of the council. Maurice Aguilar, 55 Lowell Street, Lawrence, Mass. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be heard today relative to this reclassification. Essentially, what we're asking for at this point is reclassify what is known as a confidential secretary to the executive assistant. The reasons for that are well, many. First, the position of the confidential secretary was established as far as what the duties are in 2022 by the Collins Center, and the work that is being done by the person serving as confidential secretary at this time has grown exponentially. I mean, the previous confidential secretary position centered on internal administrative tasks. Essentially, they used to manage the chief's calendar, they coordinated basic meetings, travel, personnel, and vehicle files, routine public inquiries and the like. It was pretty reactive as opposed to proactive and managerial in nature. As you know, the operational demands of the chief of police office have grown both in volume, complexity, and public visibility. The overall character of the work that the confidential secretary carried out in accordance with the Collins Center was all, as I've stated, reactive and clerical. One of the major differences relative to the changes now is that what was once a task-oriented support has become work that requires prioritization, analytical judgment, external presentation, accountability for outcomes that affect the chief's office and the department's standing with the public and with city leadership as well. This particular incumbent at this time is doing things that are far removed from what basically she was hired to do. The incumbent now regularly compiles, organizes, and safeguards documentation related to legal matters, personnel actions, internal affairs investigations, and the like, of which you understand a single breach of confidentiality in that regard is going to be resulting in, consequences that potentially impact us a lot more than just the raise that we're asking for. And I'll get to that in just a second. The amount is de minimis. The position now represents the chief's office externally as well. The incumbent communicates, and when I mean communication, I mean electronic communication, phone communication, telephonic communication, with community stakeholders, law enforcement officers on behalf of the chief. She coordinates community meetings, public forums, special events, maintains ongoing communication with external agencies, as like other law enforcement agencies, and basically, this is above and beyond passive public contact. She's not just answering the phone, yeah, taking a name, I'll call you back. It's a lot more involved at this point, and there's a lot more at stake at this point. She is an active representative of the office of the chief of police, and by extension, the city and its leadership. As far as, I've also added a financial accountability. I think that, as far as financial accountability, this trickles down to pretty much everyone there. I am training my captains as well to be a little bit more fiscally responsible with their units and what they do. I think that the impact on that is going to be observed and appreciated within short order, but it goes all the way up to her. She puts last eyes on documents that come forward, on things that I need to sign. That includes grants and all of this. And so there is a lot to say here, and I'll leave it open for, I know it's late, whatever questions you may have in that regard. Now, relative to the change that's being requested here, the change and the difference in the salary is approximately $9,160. However, it's really more akin to $1,160. And the reason for that is when we look back at the FY25 budget, the FY26 mayoral recommendation, it changed from the FY25 budget, which was at $138,080, to $130,000. Now, granted, that's for 2 confidential secretaries, or what they classified at the time as confidential secretaries, but that was for 2. But there was a reduction of $8,080, and I'm referring to page 69 of the proposed FY26 mayor's recommendation, just for reference. There was $8,000 taken from there at that time. So when we look to recapture the $9,160 for the expanded responsibilities, and the truth of the matter is that the difference is $1,160, for which we are already budgeted. And this is why I mean that it's a de minimis impact on someone who is doing exponentially a lot more work than was ever expected. This person has been patient, hardworking, never had a single complaint. Neither have I or anyone else who she's worked for over the course of several years. And I know for a fact that there were many, many years in which she worked without a raise. And everyone around her was kind of getting a raise, and she wasn't. Not just here on the basis of justice and equity. This is what's right. But I'm also here to tell you that this person, the job that she's doing, the salary is not commensurate with that job. And I think that the de minimis amount that we are requesting respectfully from the council is just, appropriate, and necessary for the changes that have occurred within the police department.
Councilor? Any question? Discussion?
Is there a motion?
There is no motion, this is a public hearing.
Is it still open to public hearing?
Yes.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay. There is any other person that would like to speak regarding this item 4926, the creation of the security assistant position for the police department? Sorry.
I have, Madam Vice President.
Council.
Do we want to close the public hearing and then make a motion for discussion by the councilors? So
Okay.
one of you close the public hearing.
Okay, so I'm closing, so just to close the public hearing for item 4926. May I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
You just close the public hearing. And then
Yes.
No, she just asked for a motion.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
So there is a motion to approve. May I hear a second? Second by Council LaPlante.
Discussion.
Discussion. Council LaPlante.
Okay, I thought you wanted to say something.
I did, I wasn't sure she.
Oh, okay. Council Infante.
Thank you. Chief, can you help me understand, I mean, you listed various reasons as to the difference between the confidential secretarial work compared to the executive assistant work. But can you pinpoint like one major task or duty that this individual now has that clearly differentiates what a confidential secretary's duties are compared to an executive assistant's duty?
Yes, I think that one thing that even with relative to records, which is where I am more of a stickler on relative to the privacy, personnel records, and like back in the 2022 confidential secretary, basically all they did was just maintain filed personnel records and kind of put them away and what have you. Now the confidential secretary is handling sensitive information concerning internal affairs matters, legal matters. I know that I've disciplined certain individuals, and that had legal consequences to it. There has to be a level of confidentiality related to that as well for keeping those records. She's responsible for safeguarding and to maintain full compliance with law, regulation, and policy as far as confidentiality. Also, back with relative to citizens' complaints, for example, before she answered the phone, and if citizen had a complaint or whatever the case may be, she's jotted down, well, what's your name? John. Yeah, we'll take your number. Now, I have she's more active relative to routing where they're supposed to go. If something is an internal affairs issue, if something is is supposed to be related to the patrol division, so she's taking on a lot of that. The citizen complaints, she makes sure that those are referred to the right people for tracking and what have you. Let's see what else here. Executive support relative to organization documentation, we've already hit on that. Oh, budget tracking as well. I have her now just scanning Munis to make sure that on a month-to-month basis, we're kind of on the right path. Now, I understand that I have someone who does that, but as you know, Director Shepherd is very busy as far as the grants that we're constantly looking to get in order to supplant our budget. And that's going to be a little bit more proactive going forward as well. So she's doing that. She directs, prepares, proofreads, edits official correspondence, reports, presentations, memoranda. That never happened before. It was just somebody, and I don't mean to minimize that by any way, but she was just, filing and what have you. And there is a more meaningful, more impactful, and certainly a more helpful role for her. And she has taken that on, head on, and especially the expectations. She's trained herself, and she's doing a great job in that regard. Financial, I mentioned the financial oversight. So it's just a different animal altogether with regards to, from a professional, perspective, what she is handling it, how she is handling it, and what is expected of her now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So, Chief, I happen, through you, I happen to believe that, based on what you've been saying, that this is a position that is a needed position. It's a position that would provide some assistance to you. But I just want you to know that I know this is a nuance, and it won't be lost on you when I say this. I'll be voting for the position, not the person. So it's the duties that position is required to administer is what I'll be voting for. Less important to me is the individual. No offense to that individual, hope they're doing a good job and all that, but it's because that position is going to be much longer than the person's going to be there, and we need to think about it beyond. Like any other position, we got to think, is this a necessary position for the police department? And the answer, I think, is yes, based on the testimony that you have. That is why I'll be supporting this motion tonight. Thank you.
Understood.
Thank you, Council. Any other comments or any other discussion? So there is a motion to approve item 4926, already second. Council, all those in favor?
Aye.
So, Madam Clerk,
Any votes?
the vote is to approve.
Right, so we don't need a roll call unless we,
Oh, we don't have any people in here? Yeah. Okay, so motion is already approved. Also, any no? No? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
So the next item on the public hearing is item 30826, is the removal of the handicap parking.
do you want to skip those two?
All right. You want me to take as a block?
Okay, I was just saying, you want to, if there's anyone in the room that needs to go, before there's no one here for those.
Okay.
Like, there's ordinance people.
So that is from the, okay, so let's finish the item 30826, the remove of the handicap parking.
I'd like to make a motion that we dispense with a preamble. This is a public hearing
Second.
308, right?
Yeah, second.
I thought we had ordinance.
Yeah?
Document number 308-26 and 309-26 both relate to the removal of handicap parking.
We need to take a vote on the preamble.
Oh, sorry. Councilor, I know you made the motion. Who was gracious enough to second it? Thank you.
The preamble was made by Council LaPlante, already second by Council Stephanie Infante. All those in favor?
Aye.
Discussion? There is no discussion, so any no? Okay.
Thank you, councilors. Document number 308 and 309. The purpose of this hearing is to gather testimony, information, and public input concerning the proposed amendments to the revised ordinances of the City of Lawrence to be further amended by deleting the following subparagraphs in section 10.36.340 of the Municipal Code, handicapped parking. Document number 308-26, Buswell Street, south side from a point 165 feet east of the intersection of Monmouth Street to a point 185 feet east of the intersection of Monmouth Street, and document number 309-26, Durham Street, north side from a point 300 feet east of Newton Street to a point 320 feet east of Newton Street. Persons wishing to be heard shall be afforded the opportunity.
There is somebody on the public that would like to talk on regarding item 308, the removal of the parking, of the handicap parking at 16 Boswell Street. So public hearing is closed. Council, what is the motion?
Motion to approve.
There is a motion to approve item 308-26 already second. All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Ordinance,
309.
I'm sorry,
Document number 309.
oh, you want me to continue with this?
Well, we already had the public notice, so. might as
Yeah,
well
so
just
let's
do it.
finish, okay. Item 309-26 is a remove of handicap parking, 25 Durham Street. This is a public hearing, and there is someone in the public that would like to speak on this item. There is no, public hearing is closed, so, Councilor, what is the motion?
Motion to approve.
A motion to approve by Councilor Reyes, second by Councilor Miguel. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any no? So the ayes have it. Okay, Council, I'm sorry? Yes.
There's some people here.
Council Vice Chair from the Ordinance Committee, item 378-24.
Item 37824, install one SO pole on Auburn Street near Short Street and Oak Street. It was sent to the full council to withdraw, and I make that as a formal motion.
Motion already made and second, discussion. Any discussion on the item? There is no, council, what is the, motion? Is already, I'm sorry, it's for withdrawal.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 170-26.
Item 17026, install one JO pole on Island Street and install new pole 5'2", approximately 3 feet from pole 4560. It was sent to full council to withdraw, and I made that as a formal motion.
There is a motion.
Second.
170-26.
17026 actually already approved, that's why it's still withdrawn now, because if you look, you can see the approval paperwork is in there. We're just gonna withdraw it.
It's for withdrawal right now. So there is a motion already made and second. Any discussion? Council, no discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
These are the two people that are in the audience. Maybe we can take that for them.
Council Vice Chair, I'm going to jump to item 327-26.
Yes, item 32726, the Recovery Month Celebration and Overdose Awareness 2026. Sidewalk parade from Campanion Park to Cronin Park on Saturday, August 29th. It was sent to the full council with a recommendation. I make that as a formal motion.
Motion already made in second. Discussion.
One discussion real quick. There was a question with regard to the march portion or the walk portion of the event, and we did receive a memorandum from Captain Cirillo today, dated June 18th, saying that the police department is very aware of that and they're in favor of it and they support the item. So that was the one piece that was outstanding, and we did get that memorandum, so.
Perfect.
So, we already hear what the police already say. All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. You're ready to go?
And then that lady's waiting, so that one needs to be pulled from the committee.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump to the old business for item 32926, and I would like to hear a motion to release this document from the committee from the committee. So item 32926 is the youth field day at the O'Connell Park. Is going to be on Thursday, September 3rd, 2026, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. By the Kindle Boys Community Church.
So the motion is to take it out of the committee?
The motion
release
is
the
to release from the committee, yes.
Yes, I'll make that as a formal motion.
Okay. So the motion already made it and second. All those in favor? Discussion? No?
I'm assuming that we have to vote now on whether we approve the item because we just
Yes.
took it out of the.
Item 32926. I would like to hear a motion to approve the item. Motion to approve.
Yes, from the old business. Motion to approve item 32926.
May I have second? Already second, all those in favor?
Discussion?
Discussion?
Do we have clearance on that date? I don't see do we have that?
Yes, we do.
What's the number again, 327?
32926.
From the old business, yeah.
Right, do we have something that says that we do have something? Okay. Was that one of the emails that was sent today?
No.
Good.
No.
Yesterday? Even worse.
This item was at the committee with the paperwork from Recreation. The applicant was actually at the committee level, but the meeting went so late, she had to leave. So they didn't hear the item, so it stayed tabled at committee. So as a courtesy, we had put it on as old business, but we do have the paperwork from you, Alexa, and I apologize, I'm not finding it in my file.
And you're vouching that we
I'm
have
vouching,
that?
you have it, I know you have it, yeah.
Yeah, wow, Council Miguel.
I do have.
Okay,
He
so
has it. I can see
he
it.
got
I
the
can see
yellow
it.
paper.
All right.
Okay.
And the most important, is that the right date on there?
Yeah, September 3rd.
September 3rd. Okay, thank you.
So we've got a motion to approve.
There is a motion to approve item 32926.
It was second for it?
Yep.
It's already, okay. You make the motion?
No,
Yes.
she
Oh, Franklin
seconded.
Miguel.
Yeah.
Franklin made the motion, Councilman Reyes seconded it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 33026. I would like to hear a motion to release item 33026, the music and cultural fix at the O'Connell Park. That will be on Saturday, August 22nd, 2026, from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Motion to release from the committee, item 33026.
So motion to release from the committee and already second. Discussion?
I don't have the approval from the Recreation Department in my package, so I'm not sure if any of you has that on.
That one I'm not as confident on, to be honest with you. No, that was actually this Saturday, the 22nd.
That's 22nd.
The 22nd, this is next weekend.
Which item is that? Good, we'll look at 3:30.
I'm so sorry.
Would the council be comfortable making it contingent upon verification or not? Sometimes you've done that before, you vote on it contingent upon.
Yeah, we'll be entitled to support as well, too. So motion to approve item 33026 upon verification of the approval from Recreational Department. Music and Cultural Fest at the O'Connell Park, Saturday, August 22nd, from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
So there is a motion to approve item 33026. May I hear a second?
Is pending with recommendation?
That's-
Yes.
Discussion.
Discussion on item 33026.
Yeah, so this is, I'm a bit more of a stickler when things are in my district. So if this wasn't in my district, like whatever, but it's in my district. So I don't know much about whether the organization, when I hear music and cultural fest, sometimes I'm not sure if folks are showing up and understand what I call the Del Rosario rule, which is, keep it to a dull roar, remember, be mindful of other people in the area, and they were about to pass something, and I'm not sure the message got to them.
Yeah, I'm not.
So I'm not going to be supporting this only because they're not here tonight. I don't know if they showed up in the ordinance committee. I don't know who are these people? They may be people I know. I have no idea who they are, and maybe very good people. But I just don't feel comfortable offering a permit to somebody who I haven't had a chance to say, be mindful of the people that I represent. That's all.
So I think so that one of the reasons is that, Council, that we are not going to have a more meeting before August the 22nd, and that's why we are trying to approve and pass the.
Through you, Chair, Vice President. Did we receive any documentation? Did we notify this person to come in front of the council today? Okay.
Is that the one? Well, maybe you want to vote.
Yeah.
But these are things I want to know. Yeah. Through you, well, no, you still have the floor.
Council, okay, Councilman.
I've told myself I want to be better in being consistent when we're saying yes or no to things. I am so for saying yes to these type of events, but every now and then, when I listen to my colleague, I have to agree with him. When I'm looking at the package, I'm actually curious if this, I'm not familiar with the organization or the individual. I'm not sure if this is the first time that they're holding this event. I would love to, if this isn't something that hasn't been provided in the past, but I believe you guys do mention it, but I would like to visually see if they have done, if it's a recurring thing that they come before us every year to host the same event. I want to make sure that we were able to see that, and if there were any prior issues and challenges with this individual. Because I don't believe we should be, and the fact that this person is not here to speak on behalf of this event, I don't see myself voting in favor of it. But again, I do want to be more consistent when it comes to making these type of decisions.
This particular group I'm not familiar with. Like they did do it once before? Okay. Like several groups, we see them hundreds of times or dozens of times or multiple. Yeah, I guess they've done this one time before. I was not familiar with them, yeah.
If I still have the floor, could it be,
Councilwoman.
could we discuss briefly as to what were the issues and challenges that we faced with this individual in obtaining the permit?
You have the Microsoft off.
She wants it off on purpose.
Okay.
My understanding is that the confidential secretary for the city council did invite this person to come to the committee, and they gave her a lot of pushback as to why they need to come to a meeting. So maybe we don't want to.
Because it's part of the process.
Yeah, that's part of the process.
All right.
So it's however the council wants to vote on that, that's,
So taking that into consideration, do we have to actual vote or just withdraw the motion?
yeah, withdraw the motion is fine, yeah.
Okay, so motion is
withdraw the
already
motion,
withdrawn, so we
332.
can hold another motion.
So there's no motion, just,
Motion to fail, to table, like that?
Motion to table?
No, I mean, it's
you
not
want a
gonna happen.
motion to withdraw?
I make a motion,
Okay.
I'll make a
Council-
motion to withdraw.
Second.
Second.
So a motion already made to withdraw this item, already second. All those in favor?
Aye.
So the aye have it. Okay. So, we're gonna continue with ordering committee?
Yes.
Okay.
Item,
97?
yes, 29726, the request a home rule petition under the Hartville, Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 32, Section 94, requesting a line of duty designation for deceased Lawrence Police Sergeant Charles Sandon. It was sent to full council, but it was asked to to table by the city attorney because we need to have his opinion on this one.
Motion to table.
Second.
So there is a motion to table item 29726 is the request for a home rule petition under the Hart Bill, My General Law, 682, Section 94. So there is
Council Chair, would the sponsor be willing to withdraw the motion for a moment, for one point that I'd like to make?
Sure. What happened?
Would the sponsor of the motion withdraw for one moment so I can make a comment on this?
Okay. I withdraw my motion to
Thank
table
you.
for now.
So the motion to table is already withdrawn.
Withdrawn momentarily.
Yep.
One of the things that was mentioned is that from some of the supporters of this was there may be a need to go into executive session, so I wanted to make sure that this item had something on the clause that said executive session anticipated, just in case.
In case that we need to go into discussion
Just in
with,
case.
the retirement.
That's right.
Board, yeah.
That's it.
Thank you,
No,
Councilman.
Thank you.
Mickey.
Motion to table.
There is a
Second.
motion to table already second, item 29726. In a motion to table, there is no discussion. Item 32326.
we vote?
We didn't vote yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. There is no discussion, motion to approve, motion to table. This,
All in favor, say
huh? All those in favor, I'm sorry.
Aye.
I'm so tired now.
I know, believe me,
Item 32326.
Item 32326, create ordinance, annual review and renewal of residential and handicap parking spaces. It was sent to full council to order public hearing, and I make that as a formal motion.
Second.
Okay, so item 32326 is the creation of the ordinance, so motion already made, and second, our discussion that was sent for a public hearing. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 32426.
Item 32426, create ordinance, small waste hauler registration and accountability ordinance. It was sent to full council with favorable recommendation to order public hearing, and I make that as a formal motion.
Second.
So, motion already made it for item 32426 for the creation of an ordinance, a small waste hauler registration and accountability.
I'd like to recuse myself from this vote.
Okay, thank you. So, any discussion on this item? So that one, we have to send it to a public hearing.
It was a public hearing.
His motion is to order public
Oh,
hearing.
because it doesn't say anything. So that was sent to do a public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 32526 is the Old Gore second-hand dealer license.
It was sent to the full council with favorable recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion.
Motion already made in second, discussion? No, any discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 33126.
Item 33126, short community outreach.
327, or we skipped?
No, we already voted on that.
We
one.
already did that
Yep.
one.
Church community outreach, Campaign Common on September 12th. It was sent to full council with favorable recommendation pending recreation department approval.
I think that we already got the approval from the recreation department. The 331.
Can you verify that, Ms. Madam Clerk?
I'm not seeing it. You can either table it, there is time, or do you want to, approve it pending receipt of the paper? It's up to you.
Motion to table.
There is a motion to table item 33126, the short community outreach, already second. There is no discussion on an item for a motion to table, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to,
So all those in favor?
yeah, that is what I say. All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 33326 is the, okay.
Is remove handicap parking on 81 Barking Hill Street. It was sent to full council to order a public hearing. And I make that as a formal motion.
Second.
Item 33326 is the remove the handicap parking. Motion already made and second. Discussion. That was also to order a public hearing.
Yeah, that was the motion.
Okay. Any discussion? There is no discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 33426.
Item 33426, remove handicap parking at 38 Alder Street. It was sent to the full council to order a public hearing. And I make that as a formal motion.
Second.
Motion already made and second regarding item 33426, the removal of the handicap parking. Discussion? No discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 34126.
Item 34126, add compelling city agencies to adhere to chapter 9.25 to the municipal code, surveillance technology. It was sent to the full council as a committee report. And I submit that as a
So-
formal.
Item 34126 was sent to the full council as a committee report. Is that they add a compelling city agency to adhere to chapter 9.25 of the municipal code that was submitted by Council LaPlante. Discussion? No?
No, I submitted as a motion and I
Okay, so there is a motion as a committee report.
accept the
May I-
committee report, yeah.
I need a second on
Second.
that.
I read, okay, already second. All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. So.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve this, and I would also like to make as part of the motion, because of the timing that we did in the earlier one, that we order a public hearing for the second meeting in October. That's 90 days. And I'll have more discussion if that's the motion, so I'll have more discussion on it if given a chance.
So there is a motion to, can you repeat it, please?
Order a public hearing on this
Or-
item on the second meeting in October.
October 20th will be the Tuesday, October 20th.
Okay, so may I hear a second?
I already seconded.
Oh, you already second? So, all those in favor?
Discussion.
Discussion?
Thanks. So, as brief as I can make it. So, this is dealing with the cameras. Oddly enough, it's still in the news at various levels. I don't need to go into more detail now about that, but I think we all know what I'm talking about. And so, what we're trying to do is our part in this, which is making sure that every camera that's inside a building, a city camera that we have out there, that the public is aware that there are cameras and they know what the cost is, what the purpose is, and what the impacts are, what are the results of the cameras. And hopefully with this item, there is now a vehicle. So when we start getting the information from IT and all the other departments that have that information, that could be submitted as part of the public hearing packet. So when we order the public hearing, we will all know, the public, all of us will know about the cameras throughout the city, the departments who have the jurisdiction over them, and the things I just mentioned. So that's what this is all about. So that's that.
Councilor Plan, does this also include, like, that is going to be by building, city property by building?
The ordinance, it is not my ordinance, the ordinance says any cameras that the city utilizes, the public needs to be aware of that there's cameras. So we need to know if there's cameras in City Hall, for example. We need to know that there are 7, I'm throwing stuff out, 7 cameras at City Hall, and they're on various floors. And we've been able to capture, what's the purpose of the cameras? They need to say that, so the public is aware. How long are we keeping the information? What are we doing with the information? These are all part of the discussion, part of what should be provided to this council. This is a very strong city council authority. This is not the mayor's authority. This is the council's authority. We don't have many of these things that are as significant as this. We do parks, we do permits, we do, which is important, but this is something completely different, and we all know the reasons why. Now we've seen why this is important, and now we just need to catch up. So yes, buildings, parks, streets, yeah, alleys, if they're cities, right? Alleys.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other discussion on this item? Any other comments? No? So all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So the ayes have it. 34626.
Item 34626, install one SO pole on Franklin Street near Valley Street. It was sent to the full council to order a public hearing, and I make that as a formal motion.
So item 34626, the install one SO pole on Franklin Street and near the Valley Street. Already second, discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
So the ayes have it. 34726, in that 3JO port on, Councilor Miguel,
No, keep going.
3JO port on Broadway near Arlington Street.
Yes, it was sent to the full council to order a public hearing, and I make that as a formal motion.
Second. So item 34726, motion is already made for the public hearing, and second, a discussion. There is none, so all those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. 34826.
Item 34826, install 105 feet of underground conduit on Andover Street near Blanchard Street. It was sent to the full council to order a public hearing, and I make that as a formal motion.
So, motion already made for item 35226, the Wedding Reservoir Park on Saturday. Oh,
We didn't vote on the,
that's the 34826.
yeah.
Install the 105 of underground conduit on Andover Street near Blanchard Street. Motion already made, and second, discussion. There is none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Item 35226.
Wedding on Reservoir Park on Saturday, September 5th, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. It was sent to the full council with favorable recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion.
Motion already made for item 35226 at the wedding for the Reservoir Park.
Discussion.
Discussion.
Yeah, this caught my attention. So I don't recall us doing like a approving weddings. I know I believe there are weddings that take place right across the street in Campagnon Common. I don't recall anybody coming for permit to have a wedding across the street.
Sure. Can I?
I'm looking for help, yeah.
Sure. So weddings officiated by city officials, like the clerk and the assistant clerk during the workday, can be in City Hall or on city property. So we use the chambers for the most part. Occasionally, we will use the park across the street. And when a city sponsors an event, then it's not required for council approval, the same as if the schools use a field.
Okay.
So city clerk or the city assistant clerks during the workday, those weddings, which are allowed by mass statute, don't require an additional approval. This is a different, where they're bringing in like 25 chairs to set up, and the officiant is not a city official, and it's a separate and distinct item that they just want to use the park at the reservoir to have, like, they're gonna have a ceremony at the
Sure.
thing.
Is there a fee associated with this?
I don't think we charge a fee to use the parks, no.
So if you want to get married in a park, you don't want to pay a lot of money for a hall, you can go there and pay nothing.
So there's just for the ceremony, you're not having the celebration there, they're just having the ceremony.
Okay.
We don't want to have, like, because then people start getting a one-day liquor license and like all
Can
that.
you imagine where this is going, is my point? We're not charging anybody for the use of our public spaces, which I think we should be thinking about, which I don't know, I'm kind of surprised, and I should know this, but anyway. Those are the rules right now, but we're paying this much for anybody to use our parks. I think if you went to Boston, you want to use a park, for example, I think there's some
Sure.
sort of fee. It may not be $1,000, but there's a fee because people want to use it, and so.
That may be a conversation for another day.
Yeah, you're
I agree
right.
with that.
Not tonight, though. Right, thanks.
Sorry.
Well, as far as I know, yes, it's gonna be, it's not like a party, but it's gonna be a celebration right in there after the wedding.
Oh, I thought it was just the ceremony.
No, we also talk about the speaker, and the people that is gonna be serving in there. It's not
Yeah,
taking
through you,
too long.
Oh.
Yeah, they did mention about the speaker for the people that was going to do the ceremony, and the piano for the introductory music. Not that they will have a party or a reception. We did specify if they bring anything to the park, they have to dispose it and leave it clean.
And they has to leave it as clean as they're gonna find.
Through you, Madam Chair. So now that you guys are, you guys have a little bit of information regarding this wedding, is there any rules as to how many people can attend this wedding?
They did specify in the application about a maximum of 50 people to the wedding.
Okay. Okay, that's good. I just, it's a little bit concerning as to knowing how crazy things can get, just how Councilor LaPlante said. So that was my question.
We have had people request the use of a park for a birthday party or a baby shower in the past. We've never had a wedding request like this before, but we have had those requests.
Yeah.
And again, they set the number of people that are coming and they set the timeline. And we try to talk about the noise. But Councilor, just a question.
Yes.
I understood them as saying they were doing a ceremony. Is that also your understanding, or are you saying something different? You're saying just the ceremony?
That was what it was discussed at the
'Cause you said
committee.
something about food.
Yeah, they mentioned that they're gonna have a little reception, and that is why they're gonna have all of these people, and they wanna bring the speaker, the piano, and for the.
But that's a ceremony, is a speaker and a piano.
So reception is different from, it's
Yeah,
the
when
party.
Yeah.
We
Well, I
didn't-
guess that if we allow the baby showers, what would be the difference of the
True,
wedding, I
yeah.
guess, right?
Party too.
Yeah.
Last year we had some person.
Yeah.
But we already talk about the music, the speaker, how they're gonna use it. Practically, they didn't entertain more than on reception, or if they're gonna be dancing or doing anything else.
Just to be clear, I'm looking at the application, and it's talking about chairs, tables, flowers, arches, small tent, banners, generator, mic, piano. Nothing about food, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking this is not a reception because there's no
That's what I
food.
was mentioning.
DJ might speak a piano.
Yep.
It's a
Is
ceremony.
that ceremony? It's okay. Well, maybe we are inviting and we don't know. But okay. Exactly. Well, there is a motion.
Please don't do that to them, though.
So,
There is a motion regarding item 35226, already second. Any other comments or question on this regard? All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay, so we have. Okay, let me see what is this. Okay, so from table matters, August 5th, 26, we have 2 items for withdrawal. I would like to hear a motion to take a item, document 27526. Es Councilor Miguel is from Ordinance.
Motion to withdraw item 27526.
Motion to untable item
On-
To
275.
untable, motion to untable item 27526, proposed ordinance, the name change for ordinance 02.48 to the Office of Human Resources and Labor Relations. And I make that as a formal motion.
So there is a motion to
On table.
on table item 27526. Also, any discussion? There is no discussion? All
No
those in favor?
discussion. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so now the item 27526, I can hear a motion for withdrawal.
Motion to withdraw item 27526.
Discussion.
Discussion on item 27526.
Yeah, did that come from Mr. Spanner? Okay. Got it.
Yes.
Thank you.
He sent an email
Yeah,
on that regard.
that's what I thought. Thank you. Yep, thank you.
So there is a motion already second. There is another discussion on this item. Any comment? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. So, item 27626,
Motion to untable item 27626, creation of proposed ordinance 0248.050, Deputy Director of Human Resources and Labor Relations.
can I hear second? A second already made it for item 27626, discussion. Council?
Just so we're clear again, I think it's important to just say this. It's important that we say that there was a reason why we're withdrawing it, and the reason is because it was requested by the administration who put it on the agenda that they want to, so and that happened again for this
Yeah,
document as well.
we got the email
That's right.
from the
But I
administration.
just think it's important that we say that, which I just did, so
Okay,
thank you.
Council Vice President.
Okay. Council Stephanie Infante?
Thank you. Through you, a question to Madam Clerk. I did see the email, but did they send or speak with you in person regarding this item? Do we know why they're requesting to withdraw it?
he sent a long, Mr. Spanner sent a lengthy email as to why he was withdrawing it. I put it in the file, I believe. It's too,
It's okay.
I-
If it's
yeah.
in the email, I'll check.
yeah, I'm
it.
sorry.
Thank you.
But he did send a lengthy email as to why he was withdrawing it.
So there is a motion to take the item from
The current motion is to untable, yeah.
to on table. So I've already second, all those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. So may I have a motion to withdraw the item 27626?
Motion to withdraw item 27626.
Second. So motion already made in second. All those in favor, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. So, council, any other item that you would like to take out of the agenda? Are we going to mention this? So, new business. Well, we don't have any item from the committee of the court, from public safety and emergency management. We don't have any report from personnel committee, no report from housing and economic development. I don't know, so I have to repeat it again. So there is no report on Housing and Economic Development Committee, no report from Personnel Committee, no report from Public Safety and Emergency Management Committee, and no report from Committee of the Court. New business. Item 35326, appointment of Shane Rodriguez as Assistant City Attorney. Personnel. Item 35426, review and discussion of the Fly 2025 City of Florence Audit Report, Budget and Finance. Item 35526, authorization to expend $3,099,150 funding from settlement agreement following the Columbia gas explosion for clean and efficient municipal energy project, budget and finance. 35526, authorization to expend $204,993 Green Community Competitive Grant Award from the Department of Energy, Budget and Finance. 35826, Police Superior Officers Union Collective Bargaining Agreement, transfer to $231,375 from reserve.
Yeah, it's just reserve. Take off the free cash.
From reserve to the police salary and uniform allowance, budget and finance. Authorization 35926, authorization to expend $114,192.20 and funding from Department of Public Utility. Commonwealth Transportation Infrastructure Enhancement Trust Fund, Budget and Finance. 36026, authorization to increase the Bearview Cemetery Revolving Fund by $150,000, Budget and Finance. 36126 is for withdraw appointment of J. Timothy Sheehy, Municipal Hearing Office.
I make a motion to withdraw.
A motion already second by Councilman Miguel. All those in favor? 36226, proposed zoning ordinance amendment to create a new zoning overlay district to be known as Highway Access 2 Overlay District HA2 on 6 Chickering Street. That is for ordinance and planning committee. 36326, no parking, Norrie Street Ordinance Committee. 36426 handicap parking for Fairmont Street, Ordinance Committee. 36526 resident parking on Childress Street, Ordinance Committee. 36626 handicap parking 393 Lower Street, Ordinance Committee. 36726 Speaker River Cleanup, Campanon Common on Saturday, September 19, 2026, Ordinance Committee. 36826 Health and Resort Fair Common, Campanon Common on Thursday, October the 1st, Ordinance Committee. 36926 One Way, Coster Street, Ordinance Committee. There's nothing more. So committee report. Okay, so committee meeting, ordinance. I'm gonna start with budget.
I need to schedule 2 budget committee meetings. I'm going to start with item 354-26, review and discussion of the FY 2025 City of Lawrence audit reports. I did receive an email from our CAFO stating that the auditors got back to her and stated that they are available on September 8th, which is a Tuesday, and this, I had nothing to do with that. The CAFO came to me on her own accord, but from my understanding, that is the only date that they are available in as soon as we can schedule it. So I'm going to schedule a meeting for Tuesday, September 8th at 6 p.m. as we will only have that one item for that evening to discuss the audit. Now, for the regularly scheduled Budget and Finance Committee meeting, Madam Vice President, can I take Tuesday?
So the following Tuesday is the
The
meeting
25th.
for the city council.
No, I'm saying the 25th, next Tuesday.
Oh, next Tuesday.
Yep.
So,
You want to?
Yeah, next Tuesday, I'm gonna do, starting at 6:30. We have a pretty long agenda, and then personnel at 6 for that one item that we have. So personnel at 6 on the 25th, Tuesday the 25th, and then budget and finance shortly after at 6:30.
so ordinance,
You can make it,
Can we do Thursday for ordinance or
ordinance, can we do it on Monday?
on Monday?
Yes.
Monday the 7th, the 24th?
The next Monday.
Yeah, next Monday?
So 8/24.
Yeah, at 6:30?
So if everybody,
What? You don't have anything on Monday? Are you okay for Monday?
I need to double check my agenda.
Oh,
I can respond, but I can connect in through Zoom.
okay,
Yeah, no, able to attend.
okay. Monday at 6:30?
Monday at 6:30.
Yeah.
So, okay, so people, it's been waiting for the ordinance on Tuesday, but, okay, so personal, we don't have it any, just only one item for personal committee.
Council, just one thing for that week in particular, and I apologize for the late notice on the late night. We have early voting next week, and we will have the room set up for early voting. We can, have live meetings on this half of the room. We're hoping to not have to break the room down every single night after early voting to have the council meetings. You're really only having them on Monday and Tuesday, so that's actually kind of great, but I don't know if you would either, A, be okay if the equipment is in the back of the room, you have the first couple rows for some people, it might be a little bit compacted, or B, if you consider doing Zoom meetings next week. I don't know if that's an option for you. I don't know what people.
I don't.
You're the
I've
chair
worked
people.
a lot with Zoom and Skype throughout my career, so I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But I do have, committee members. So if my committee doesn't mind, I certainly don't mind.
So you mentioned, just to put it right in the back?
No, right in the front. Like, we would just basically move the podium up closer, move maybe some chairs up closer, and have the room tighter, because the other half of the room is gonna be voting. There's gonna be voting, the handicap.
What time, What time does it end?
It ends at 4:30, but then we break the room down, reset it up again by 8 o'clock the next morning, you know what I mean? So, and it's 8:30 to 4, it's the City Hall normal hours, so 8:30 to 4:30, Monday, Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, technically we're supposed to stay open later, and you'll be having your meeting, like, that's why the Zoom would really, especially on the Tuesday.
How many
Usually 4 stations, but it's the check-in and the check-outs that take up the room, it's not the.
Either compacted, Zoom, I'm okay either way. I can run a meeting either way, so I'm good.
I prefer that we give our members options. I think I would prefer to be here. I just know how fragmented and difficult it is to run a meeting on Zoom, even though I'm sure you're very skilled at it. But there's like, did you hear me now? It's just a lot of fragmentation. It's not smooth. So I would prefer to be here for that meeting. For the meetings that I'm on.
I guess let's do a hybrid then, and then we can just, whoever needs to.
I
do
just
Zoom.
prefer I'm sorry, but I just prefer to do it right in here. So ordinance is a very long meeting and it's very hard sometimes and very difficult just to hear people from the other side and getting back and forth. It's very, very, very hard. So I prefer also to do it.
We'll figure it
right
out.
here. And it's gonna be Monday. We're gonna do it Monday.
We can also ask the guests if they could be on Zoom, if they do have, good connection. Maybe they don't have to physically be here, they could make the argument online. I don't know.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you. So we got ordinance, budget, and personals.
The personnel we have at 6.
The 25th at 6. Yep.
Okay. So in ordinance, we say on Monday at 6:30.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
There is a motion to adjourn already second. All those in favor? The ayes have it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.